So how on earth do you go about writing the best exam that you've ever written and essentially produce the best answers that you've ever written? Because I'm sure you're studying hard, you're really pushing, you're giving it your all. But on the day, what is the key to actually doing well and sort of getting the results that you deeply desire within yourself? I'm gonna break this down and a lot more in you for this episode. So sit back and I really do hope enjoy, and it gives you just that little bit of value. So I think there's not a lot of things in this world that sort of bring upon as much anxiety and fear as writing an exam, especially an exam that that you have to perform well in, that you have to pass in order to pass the year, that maybe you've struggled a bit here and there during the year, and now this is literally your last opportunity to get it right. I know how it feels. I know how anxious one can be. I know as well how much fear one can have when writing exams. So I thought, let me just break it down. Let me give you a few tips in order for you to sort of perform at your best level on exam day. So I think first and foremost, super important is you need to be in the correct mental space and the correct sort of mindset going into writing the exam itself. And this is also broken down into a few things. But, I think if mentally you're not settled, if mentally you're not ready, and if mentally you're not geared for success and sort of back your abilities, if you're not mentally there, then your chances of succeeding drop by a lot. So I think this is sort of the first step in making sure that you write the best exam possible, is actually mentally preparing yourself before you go write the exam. Sort of speaking positively about yourself, about your chances of succeeding in the exam, about your chance of passing this module and sort of getting the mark that you need to get. You need to have those positive thoughts reverberating around your mind, because the more negative thoughts you have, the more negatively you think about yourself, and the more negatively or sort of lesser you see your ability to succeed. Trust me guys, you're not helping yourself out here. You're not helping yourself out in performing as well as you can, getting the necessary marks, and of course passing that module. So you have to get in the right mental space, and before you write the exam, days before, leading up to it, be positive guys. Be positive, believe in yourself. Believe that you'll pass this module. Believe that you'll do well. Deeply believe it. Don't just say it to yourself, but believe it, guys. What I used to do back in the day is, before I go write an exam, I always just used to, just in my mind, just be like, you got this, man. You're gonna pass this exam. There's no doubt. You've prepared, you've practiced. This is in the bag. Like, I had that sort of type of mindset where I deeply believed in my chances of succeeding, in my chances of passing, and sort of getting myself over the line. And I think this mindset was critical for me in never having failed a year. Every single exam that I got to, no matter how sort of rough the module was, intimidating the content was, I didn't care. I always believed and deeply backed myself and was always mentally prepared when I went to go write the exam. Especially the exams, because they're so important. So get yourself mentally there and sort of speak positively about yourself and about your prospects at succeeding before you write, and this will improve your chances at passing a massive bunch. Secondly, and 100% it ties with mentality as well, but I think it's important for you to sort of perhaps let go of any previous failures that you have. Because I think when we go into an exam and when we go and write a module that perhaps we failed a few times during the year, and I've been in this position, trust me, I've been in the position where you're going into the exam or the test and you maybe pass tests and past assessments, you failed and you haven't done well, and it's a module you struggle with. I think these modules are often a lot more challenging to go right because of past experiences that we've had. Because I think a lot of the time our brain sort of automatically tries to tie our prospects at succeeding based on past experiences, and if you let that happen, it's negatively going to impact you going into the test, going into the assessment, going into the exam. So let go of previous failures, leave that behind you, sort of start on a clean slate when you get in that exam room, and just try and ensure that those past failures don't come and sort of clutter your mind with unnecessary thoughts, unnecessary anxiety. It's anxiety that I often call self-imposed, because you're bringing yourself all this extra stress, all this extra worry, all this extra fear because of what happened in the past. So let the past be. The past was there to help you improve, but let it be. Once it's done, it's done. Fresh start, fresh slate, and kill that exam that you're going into. Third, definitely important, is don't focus on what you don't know. I think this is super important. In studying for an exam, sometimes it's a bit challenging to get past all the content, and of course, in as thorough of a manner as you potentially want to. It's not easy, and it does happen that, of course, sometimes you go into the exam not having prepared as much as you actually wanted to. And funny enough, actually, this happens more often than not, that we go into an exam having not prepared as much as we really wanted to. And personally, I can speak from experience, and I can deeply say this with conviction, but there are not a lot of tests, even in my history in university. And, just looking from first year all the way up to my postgraduate year, there are not a lot of tests that I wrote having fully prepared and been in a perfect situation. I think, honestly, no test that I wrote was I ever in this sort of point in time. But it's important to know that you won't always be fully prepared. But the more you focus and the more you obsess about the things you didn't know, or the things you didn't study, the things you didn't do, maybe the section that we just pushed it away, we didn't really study it, but it's a big section. If you focus on all of these, it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. If anything, it makes things worse for you, because you're focused on the wrong things, and you're instilling doubt and fear into your own mind. So, what you don't know, you don't know. Perhaps what you didn't get to, you didn't get to. That's okay. You're here now. You're in the exam. That's what's important. You need to focus on writing the best exam. And I think this is, branching nicely into my fourth sort of point here. But focus on writing the best exam. Direct your mind at writing the best exam, producing the best responses, essentially trying your best. And this needs sort of mental fortitude or mental strength. This needs determination. This needs for you to be focused on the job at hand. Whenever I went in to go write an exam, no matter, there were days when I'd write 2 exams, one after the other. It was hectic. It was intense, 2-3 hour exams, but I knew that in those exams, I'm there to do a job. I'm there to write the best exam possible. I'm there to get the best possible marks. That was my job for the day, and that was my focus. So you need to have that focus. You need to have that deep desire to write the best exam possible, to produce sort of the best responses that you can possibly produce. Because I think once you start focusing on this and actually genuinely from your heart, try your best. If you can apply this and all 4 other things that I've shared with you today, I promise you it's going to do you the world of good. And I mean, obviously I can just sit here and talk to you about this, But until you actually implement it for yourself, you won't see a difference. So I please encourage you guys, when you guys write your exams, even if maybe you don't believe this will work, give it a chance. It's like an experiment. Give it a chance, actually try it, do it fully with your heart, and see the difference that it makes in how well you actually do, the results you produce. See the difference that it makes, guys. I promise you, it will make a world of difference. And this is what was sort of responsible, big time, for my success in varsity and for me not failing a module. It was sort of this mindset, guys. So please do take this in with you when you go write these exams. No matter how hard the exam is, guys, I don't care. You can do it and you will do it. So yeah, it's been me with another one. I really felt, this was a message that some of you just needed to hear today in leading up to exam. And you definitely got this. I hope you found value in this. I hope you find value in all these videos that I've produced. I hope this has helped you on some level. And until the next one, let's continue our journey in creating a better world.